Welcome to the Heist feast. Blindfolded by his partner, the thief crawls like a cat through the red laser beams. If a red beam is touched, the bell tied to it goes grove off. But our leading lady breezes through with dance skills and memory. After a series of graceful moves, she dodges dangers like a pro not practicing Olympic gymnastics. She's just warming up for a $1 billion gold mask steal, but her partner Sean looks less than thrilled. Compared to no pressure practice, the real heist was much harder. So this dynamic duo prepared, as if planning the perfect date. They didn't just study the museum's layout, they also crafted powerful plastic bombs that make less noise than a sneezing kitten. Every move is timed perfectly, like rehearsing a play. The final act's the most challenging. Catherine must navigate through invisible infrared beams in under 3 minutes. Don't worry, after countless practices, she's like a magician. With everything set, they kicked off their operation by disguising it as visitors to sneakily set up. They secretly installed a V-positioning device, and once the exhibit ended, the museum closed up like a big box. They slid into the drainage pipes, diving underwater like SpongeBob, ready for the exhibit area. After slicing through iron balls with an underwater cutter, they successfully snuck into the museum like ninjas. They followed the beacon signal right to the floor beneath the exhibition hall. Sean quickly prepped the core, laid down the giant bomb. It was movie-like. Next, they executed the directional blast under the cover of Midnight's Toll, like playing a high-stakes video game, then hurriedly removed the flooring. In the climax, just as the bell stopped, they pushed away the heavy tiles, and Sean cautiously emerged, laser latching onto the targets. He watched the infrared display on screen and lit up the tiles using his custom hydraulic tool. Sean cautiously emerged, locking onto the targets like piecing together a puzzle. This allowed him to see all the infrared lines, as if projecting his thoughts on screen, while Catherine gracefully glided through the curtain of beams. As she neared the mask, Sean was getting a bit frantic because her body blocked his view. Luckily, Catherine had her little tricks. She sprinkled some white powder, and suddenly the infrared beams revealed themselves. The $1 billion mask is within reach, but Catherine pulls out a dagger hidden in her utility because there's a pressure alarm under the mask. She carefully presses the knife tip against the hidden spot. Then she glued it down with gum like a mad scientist and swiftly made her way back with the mask. Outside the exhibit, security found the $1 billion gold mask turned into a toy. But Catherine and Sean had already returned like ghosts to the outer waterways, handing over the mask. But just as he was about to celebrate, Sean grabbed him and dunked him like a fish. Turns out Catherine's real identity is an insurance investigator. Days ago, a mysterious thief jumped from the top of the Empire State Building and skillfully reached the 70th floor. Then he pried open the outer walls using coconut fastening bolts, expertly stealing a $40 million painting in under a minute. He even wrapped up the painting while dropping it right into the oil tank for shipment to a buyer in Malaysia. Soon, the insurance company received a theft report, and Catherine deduced the thief's silhouette. She suspected the thief used special tools to open the glass facade. Those flowers not to skewer the proof. Catherine suspected Sean the thief since he swapped the stolen painting for an Elvis painting, classic Sean move. Moreover, Sean was spotted at the auction where the painting was sold a month ago. To catch Sean red-handed, Catherine decided to use the upcoming gold mask exhibit as bait. This aligned perfectly with her boss Old White's plan, so the next day Catherine started tracking Sean undercover. Sean entered the building dressed as an engineer, looking like he had a mysterious plan up his sleeve. While he sipped his coffee, suddenly fire alarms rang out in the building. Although it was unclear what he was up to, one thing was sure: the fire alarm had to be his doing. That night, when Catherine returned, a suitcase vanished a wild night. To ensure her safety, she deliberately took out the pistol her boss had specifically given her for self-defense when going to bed. However, when she woke up again in the middle of the night, she was astonished to find that even the pistol had vanished without a trace. Catherine claimed she wanted to partner with Sean to steal the upcoming golden mask. What a role reversal. She had even obtained the security codes for the exhibit and found a buyer willing to pay $40 million, though stealing the mask was already Sean's plan. He remained wary of Catherine's sudden appearance. The next morning, Sean took Catherine to an antique shop, handed her a fake credit card, and asked her to swipe it while stealing a $200,000 antique vase. Even though the vase was worth next to nothing, Catherine decided to take the challenge for the sake of the mission. But at the very moment when the owner brought out the vase, she was astonished to recognize it was a total phony. But to complete her task, she swiped the card as Sean had instructed, only for the shopkeeper to switch gears and put a knife to Catherine's throat. At this moment, Catherine found something at the vase's bottom. She feigned surrender, slamming it onto the owner's head. The black tape stuck to the bottom quickly appeared, and she hastily returned to her car. What a close call.